looking too.
Welcome. Let's see how we're all looking. You look good. You guys look good. Actually, I like the fact that maybe I should be wearing blue. White, red, blue.
Yeah.
I always mess up.
Well,
with
we
black.
want to change the name. So
Oh
changing
yes,
the right?
we're
Yeah.
talking the right.
What
Yeah.
ha-
I
what's-
don't. It just doesn't flow right. It
What do you
doesn't
think?
sound
I'm
right.
carefree.
Well, no, because we think that people are, reading our title and thinking something very political. I think
Okay.
most of the people. So right, and we
lose
kind of knew that.
50%
We
from that.
should ask your viewers,
The circus.
and listeners, the
We
circus.
already tried.
Yeah, because I told her I was like I liked live
this-
squirrels or something, and then she was like, and
Should
then
I-
we were in conversation, and I said this is a circus, and she's like that's it.
The circus. The circus. Us.
Powered by the problem solver.
Yeah, but yeah.
Why would you say the circus? You like the circus?
Because we're all a circus.
Are we?
Basically.
I'm
Would
gonna
you-
play with it a little bit in ChatGPT. Let's see
Oh,
what
that's a
we
good
can
one.
come up with.
You know, really, ChatGPT, it really does. I know John T's against it, but it really helps your creativity. Or if you want to say, like, make it more humble, make it more fun.
It
make
helps you
pop.
get creative.
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
it's unbelievable.
Y'all are not using your brains, okay? Because I know
No,
you
we're
have the
using our
creativity.
brains because
No,
you
but
have
it's-
to prompt it right in
Correct.
order to get the good content from it. If you're not prompting it and thinking and wording things correctly, you're going to get stuff that you don't even want. I yell at it all the time that it does stuff wrong. I'm like, that's not what I wanted because I have an idea.
Yeah.
They're just building it. So I don't have to draw this because I'm not an artist.
It's, along the way here, I was actually asking for topics, and then started talking about like the presidential election 2025. I'm like, the president's already been selected. Like, oh, it's my bad, so. Yeah, sometimes it's still, I guess, learning from us, learning from John T's.
If you say so, but I think you all have some of us deeper than others where the creativity is there within you, inside you. You just have to pull it out.
You have to have it in order to get creativity out of it. It's just a tool. It's not this one size fits all.
I will share with you
For
that.
now, it is. I'm telling you, they're teasing you a little bit at a time with, okay, I'm going to help you a little bit here, a little bit there. Then boom, take over.
It's a tool
We'll all be dead.
that will make everything more efficient. That is all it is.
One thing I'll share with you is I
Maybe
think
slaves.
for people in school, if they're using ChatGPT to,
They're lying. They're cheating.
it's kind of like cheating, right? Like
They are cheating.
They just say, come up with a report, today's event, it just
well,
makes
yeah,
it.
that's different.
But someone said you could run it to see if it is ChatGPT. Have you heard that?
I think there's ways that they can check. No different than they can check copyright. It's the same thing.
Marcus is on my Instagram. He says, miss you guys with some smiley faces. So
Oh, is he okay?
Marcus, we miss you too. Yeah, I think you just
Hope
had
he
some things
feels
doing
better.
today. So
Marcus, you should start thinking of names too, because we're trying to change it.
they want to change the names. They want to be called the Circus.
Le Circus.
The Circus, and John T's gonna be
Instead of
the
Le
clown.
Cirque, which is actually that's what
Well,
it
when
kinda
I
means.
Sounds
messed with
racist. I
the
would say
squirrel
Cambodian
thing, I
clown.
turned you into a squirrel. So
Yeah, you're a squirrel. Put some nuts in your
It's nuts. I like
mouth.
that. John T's gonna be the Cambodian clown.
Thank you, KD.
What's Felicia? Fit.
Cambodia.
I feel like
clown.
we're-
Why am I a clown?
I feel like we're like Garbage Patch Kids, but you're too young to probably even know what that is.
I have no idea
Cabbage
what that-
Patch,
What I
not
say?
garbage.
No, it's garbage.
No.
Garbage.
Cabbage.
No. What's the cards?
Not-
Garbage.
There's no garbage patch.
It's the cards back in the day. Why am I saying it wrong?
Because
definitely
you're
have
saying
no
it
idea what
wrong.
you're
It's
talking
Cabbage
about.
Patch Kids, if that's what you're trying to say.
No, the cabbage. Those were basically in the box. Those
The
the toys,
dolls.
the dollars.
Yeah.
But there was kids playing cards where it was like making fun of each person. It was the. Now you're making me have to look it up.
And this is garbage. Hi, Latasha. Mentorship for real estate, I assume.
Let's double check. real quick
While,
here.
Cole Myers
Yeah,
checking.
garbage. I'm sorry, I'm saying patch. Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh,
Do you remember
okay.
that or no?
Yes.
You're too young.
I've never heard of it.
Yes.
These were cards basically that were made back in the day. Like there were baseball cards would come inside. And basically, so the way it would be is you're making fun of each person. So we would say Cambodian clown and they would make a picture of her with me, different things. You never heard of it.
No, she's
You're too young. She's 22.
young.
When did those come out?
It probably says here. It says
80s.
Garbage Pail Kids is a series of
Nice.
sticker,
Oh, yeah. I was
sticker
a
trading
90s
cards.
kid.
Produced. It was released in 1985.
See?
Were you born in
80s,
1985?
No.
She wasn't even with
That's
us.
why.
What year were you born?
89.
You
At
know-
the end of
you
89
know that,
even.
You know that we're old. If someone doesn't know what Garbage Pail Kids, I'm gonna have to get her what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna take your picture. I'm gonna say make you into a Garbage Pail Kid, and it will actually probably change the way you look and come up with a name. And we could probably use those pictures, in the actual diagram. Then you can call it the circus.
Okay, sure.
That'd be interesting. You know that are you familiar with the cards or no?
Yes, briefly.
Briefly.
Yeah.
It was actually a big
I
deal
never
back in the
played
day.
with it. I never played with
It
them.
was just cards, I guess, trading cards and stuff like that. If you got certain cards that were worth money, and people like baseball cards.
Kind of like the Pokemon stuff.
Thank you,
Yeah.
DJ Bravo.
Pokemon,
Hi,
back in
Marcus.
'85.
Good to see you too. Marcus is on mine too.
Okay, so ChatGPT. Okay, we're done with that issue. What I wanted to talk about actually was we're going into. It's kind of weird that it's December. Like it's a weird time of year. It's getting cold. I just came back. I was in Michigan for 2 days, and
yeah.
it's really cold here now. It was snowing in Michigan when I was there. I guess it was what, 2 weeks ago.
Did you visit the whatever in Michigan?
Dearborn.
Yeah.
I did drive by. I had the. It was funny. I had my Uber driver who only spoke Spanish. I was trying to explain with him with ChatGPT. We wanted to drive through. We did drive through, and it was quiet wherever we would actually pass by the city hall.
Yeah.
So it was quiet. The only thing that was interesting was there were stores where the the clothing for females were all, what do you call it? Like I'm about to say hijab. What do you call it?
Oh,
The whole
The covering.
the cover
the coverings
Really?
of
Oh,
were
yeah,
full
yeah,
clothes,
yeah.
but it was like more designer. It was like, I'll show you some pictures. It was more designer, but it was quiet. The things that we see on social media probably were certain days or by the police station or something like that. But we drove by, and you could see basically Arabic, sayings. But I mean, it was really quiet. It was colder, quiet. I guess it seemed a little spooky because basically, right, we see it on social media, like expecting to see something, but maybe certain days and times if they're doing protesting and stuff like that. But
They everything that gets put out there is just it's bait, right? It's chaos that they want to show you to get you to look at it, watch it, freak out, build fear, and then you're scared to go to places. There's been plenty of people that'll tell me like, "Oh, I'm scared to go to Chicago and walk around." Like Chicago's one of the nicest cities.
well, it depends where you're
And
at.
yeah, I mean, obviously, if you go down the wrong road, you might be in the hood. But like, it is a
Right.
very, very nice city, and it's not as sketchy as people assume based off the videos that they see and the false news that is
Yep.
put out there.
And even in the ghetto, I mean, if you're just minding your own business, no one's going to bother you, really.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
unless you're like Komar looking for drugs and hookers.
We
over
were-
there.
he's just walking around. He looks a little weak, and they're like,
I kind of want so it is close to the airport. It's northeast of the airport. Just I wanted to walk around more, do more, but like it was like getting darker, and
You're
we didn't-
scared.
We didn't have a rental car. I was scared,
Oh.
and but I
Poor
wanted to do
scary
more. I
baby.
kind of feel bad that I didn't like. I should have went to like the police station. Like, hey, I'm a retired cop, and
Yeah, you should have.
I see you on social media all the time. Like, hey, is it really?
Give me
what's
some
going on?
info. Yeah, you should ask them for info. See, you don't think
I
about that.
could see the cop there, like, oh my God, some retired cop asking some questions. But a lot of cops do show up to different police stations in different states, and they want to trade patches. And even in New Orleans, actually, they'll give like a badge, which is crazy. I don't know if they
Yeah.
still do that. But I've
Trade.
done that in Mexico and Cancun. We take pictures with the other cops.
"Why are you not a cop anymore?
Why? I
You
retired.
seem like you just like have like a lot of pride for it. So like, why did you just retire?"
Actually, I had surgery, stomach surgery, and then they put in hernia mesh. So basically,
Do you have a
the
lawsuit for
hernias
that?
would come back. Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Basically, the hernias would come back if you wear the vest and the belt, the way that's kind of scrunched up with the vest and the belt.
Yeah.
So they were supposed to do laparoscopic, but I have something basically called Crohn's ileitis.
Oh.
So I've had it since I'm 13, and then basically took out 1.5 foot of colon, and then when they did that, you know the story with that or no?
I do. Yeah. Well,
But
Felicia
basically,
doesn't know.
they were supposed to do laparoscopic, but it didn't work out. So they had to cut me straight open, and basically, so I have scars. And they basically said, actually, it's kind of weird. I feel like I have a second belly button because the guy, which is great, the surgeon guy was supposed to like patch me up a little bit. He said, oh, I forgot about that spot.
So you have another hole?
He wanted me to come back. I have like an indentation.
That happened here.
Yeah, I did the surgery here, of course, in Vegas.
Our doctors are
Yeah.
really great
So I
here.
He's got an
I
extra.
have, like-
He's got an extra hole. You can use that.
See, normally that would
You
be
make
good for
money
you,
with
but then
that
you'd have
thing.
like 4 holes, right?
Yeah. Then I'd have more than 4 holes,
More?
honey. Yeah.
You got a lot.
I'd be.
Yours too.
I'd be hole galore.
So yeah, long story short, it was a good time to retire, and I had my first kid. And the truth is, as much as I love law enforcement and I did enjoy my career, it's changed. And the truth is, you never know when you have kids. God forbid there's a shooting, something happens. A lot of Nevada Highway Patrol guys basically just recently got killed from on the highway.
Yeah.
Then you got some Metro guys that basically recently got killed as well the last several years. So I couldn't imagine. The truth of the matter is that people, like, if I got killed tomorrow, like, people just forget you. Like, you really are just forgotten.
Yeah. That's what happens
It's
when we all
interesting because on
die.
Facebook, well, it's different as a cop. You always think like your tradition like lives on. Every year when you die, like they'll show it on Facebook, like never forgotten. But like it's
Yeah, I know
one
you-
photo on social media these days.
Well, 1 or 2 people won't forget them. Their family.
Well, that's
You know?
well, that's why I basically decided it was a good time to retire because basically I felt like if I'm having kids, and everyone's gonna forget you anyway from the law enforcement. What you've done.
Well,
The
they're
people don't care. A lot of these cops, In Vegas is a little bit different than in New York City. East Coast is a lot more pride,
Yeah.
and the West Coast is a little bit different. So I just feel like you're just a number here. You know, like you just be forgotten. Once you retire, like you're done. And then that's the problem with cops with suicide, because basically once they leave, this is all they know. Just like military, they come out, they're on like a Humvee, they're like doing all this stuff, and then the life is boring, right? So there's like there's PTSD and there's a lot of suicide from military and police.
Really, because they don't feel important anymore.
I think it's important. Also, you're doing crazy stuff. You know, every day you're in a patrol car, or you're in the military, you're doing like exciting stuff,
Right.
and then you come home, you just like
Monotony.
you're doing nothing.
Okay.
They showed a video the other day. You know, some military guy says, "I went from this to this," and like showing all kinds of crazy stuff. You know, in another country, and then he's driving his car and just like nothing going on, and you know, you probably die of boredom. You know,
that's why they get into like really bad relationships, so to keep it, you know, the adrenaline going.
Yeah,
Be a little
The
abuse in my life.
The toxicity, toxic.
There was a cop that was saying the other day, because in New York City, that the guy was making like $200,000 a year, but he's never home for his family. So it's great he's making $200,000, but he's doing all this overtime. So he's making $200,000, but he's never home, doesn't see his kids, doesn't see his family. So it's, you know, the money versus that's why a lot of cops are leaving now in New York, just because it's time to basically get out.
Yeah.
You know,
They're not leaving because it's going to get worse.
no, because of the overtime situation. If they feel next year there's not going to be enough overtime, if it's going to be reduced by this new mayor, then they're going to lose a lot of money. If you were making like $200,000 a year for the last 2-3 years, and then you basically go down back to your like $100,000 salary, you'll lose a lot of money for your pension.
Oh, I'm
It
more
goes by
about
your-
like
it
the
goes by-
crime's going to get worse.
The cops are more worried about the money, about their pension.
Yeah, exactly.
By
Interesting.
the way, I will share with you, which is it's kind of interesting to share this with you. So I have my uniforms basically like just as if they're in the you know, hang it up in general, and I get a pension. So to me personally, I don't feel like I'm not working. I feel like I'm on sabbatical, because a lot of times when you take vacation, you're off like 10 days here. I feel like I'm on a very long sabbatical because I still have my uniforms up. I still get paid as a pension.
Oh, interesting.
So it doesn't really feel, plus I'm always helping people with being arrested or accidents. So it's like I'm constantly dealing with the same stuff,
Okay.
you know? So it feels like I'm doing, which I was always big with doing community policing.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm doing community policing now, just not in a, you know,
In uniform.
in uniform, yeah.
You just use your uniform for role play.
Role play.
Yeah, that's about
Halloween.
it. Right. Okay.
Halloween.
Halloween. Right.
When I go out late
Can I have
nights.
to go arrest somebody kind
late
of thing?
nights.
If
late
I wanted,
nights I go out in the uniform. Just
I
make
bet
believe.
you do. Yeah.
I would not show up on your door.
Yeah. That's,
John T, are you there?
that's scary.
Search
It's not
warrant.
illegal.
Yes, it is.
It would be illegal. Yeah. But I think, you know, that's why some cops or ex-cops maybe might abuse their power still. You know, like the ones that become serial killers and stuff like that, right? They use those costumes.
Yeah. Pull you
Yeah.
over and
Yep.
get you.
I'll share a funny story. Back in the day, since I was here, like in Henderson, Vegas, what was the main club that was over at the MGM in the back?
You mean it's still there?
I don't think it's still there.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like Halloween parties. What was it called?
Dang it. At MGM.
Studio 54, right?
Yeah, they had one of those.
Yeah, Studio 54. That
Okay.
was a big place, like Halloween.
Okay.
I actually did wear my NYPD uniform to Studio 54 for Halloween.
They thought you were working.
So it was very interesting because like my badge I have, it's called a dupe. A dupe is like a duplicate. So a lot of cops would get dupes. It's not a thing out here, but in New York, they basically get dupes where like if something happened, got stolen or something, it wasn't a real badge. So I don't know if it was a tradition. I never really researched it, but I still have my dupe, right?
Is it smaller?
No, same size. Looked exactly the same.
Yeah.
So people would wear the dupe and when they would keep their regular badge, the legitimate badge in their wallet. I don't know if it's a cultural thing. I got to look it up after.
I used to have a
Mini badge.
like a mini badge,
Yeah.
right, in Texas. You know, that was friends and family. So if you got stopped, you can show that to the cop.
Back in the day in New York, they had that, but these days with cameras, it seems like it will be considered corruption. Like if you show that,
Right.
you know,
right.
everything on camera.
It
like, oh,
wasn't
look,
like on purpose. It was kind of like,
Courtesy.
Let me. I'm gonna get my wallet, officer, and it just happens to be in here.
It's just right on top.
Well, back,
Yeah, it's
well,
just-
back
yeah,
in the
it's
day,
just
there'd be
badge.
conversation. You know,
Yeah.
if you weren't on like audio, not that it was corruption, like they considered courtesy. Like if it's your mom or your dad. Like my mom used to get pulled over once in a blue moon. She would show the mini badge, and it used to be called a PBA card. And they're like, oh, you know, they would say, oh, my son's on the job. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, where does he work?
Like,
He
who
works in the
is it? Yeah.
7-3, he works in Brooklyn North. There was conversation with the cops. But these days, I don't think that really happens.
Not really. I conversate
Because
with
of
the
the
cop all
video.
the time.
You're asking for his number, right?
Absolutely. If they're
For
cute.
Because you want to take care of the ticket later on.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's it.
She's always handling
Before
these
court.
before court. She's like, can I handle this before court at your home? Is that possible?
Nasty. Yeah.
You told me you've done that before.
No, I invited them to like my, beauty pageant or something like that. That
On
was
a-
the last
on-
time I got stopped.
on
We're
a
talking
traffic
about
stop.
15 years ago.
On
Yeah.
a traffic stop,
Yeah.
you basically said,
Yeah, I said, hey, that was after the whole ticket thing already. I
The
already got
ticket-
ticketed.
okay.
I'm like, okay, great, well, I'll take care of this, And then I said, hey, I am having a beauty contest tonight at, wherever, Green Valley Ranch. Why don't you come and join? He's like, you invited me to come to your thing? I'm like, yeah, I need people to come and cheer me on. So come on, bye.
did you say you'd work off the ticket at a later day?
No, I did not. Because
you told me that story.
we already established that ticket will be taken care of.
But at least, you had a date with the guy. You had a future court date to see him again.
That's true, but he didn't show up because
didn't
of
show
course. Yeah, because that the thing got dropped.
Oh, why did it get dropped? And you had someone handle it?
No, yeah, I mean it was just a registration. He just said, "Look, go ahead and get your register done, and then just
Have you been stopped in Vegas?
Oh, of course. I've had a ticket here because I'm very sarcastic and I don't like it when people don't read the paperwork. So I make a comment.
So basically, a cop pulls you over. What does he say?
Well, he asked for my registration and stuff, which was fine. And I didn't have plates on the car because we got custom plates
Sound
and we
is
just
gone.
bought the car.
And you waiting for the custom
I
plates?
gave him, and the registration came, but not the plates yet because it takes a little longer to get the
Okay.
plates.
This thing is so weird.
Gave him the registration. He's like, well, how do you have this if you don't have plates? I was like, well, if you read the paperwork, it says right on there they're custom plates. And apparently that got me my ticket. So,
Oh, shit. Really?
yeah, I'm very sarcastic.
So you
Justin
didn't-
gets out of him all the time.
Yeah.
He
But-
actually got pulled over for going real fast. And we have a lawyer buddy who got him out of it and turned it into a parking ticket.
Those commercial realtors always driving really fast around
Hi,
town.
TG.
Like- I
He's
gotta
just a
get to the
car
place.
guy. He was in a Porsche and he used it.
Okay. So the cop gave you the
That'd be
ticket. What did it say?
sweeter.
For like bad registration? No registration? What was the ticket for?
No
Speeding,
license
of course.
plate.
Oh, so he gave you
Oh
the
yeah,
speeding
yeah,
ticket.
that's all I ever get is speeding.
Oh.
So you have a lot of tickets.
No,
No.
no,
Just
I
that
really
one.
don't.
You know,
Just that one.
One thing I'll share with you, which a lot of people don't know. This is good for you because if you got, how many times have you got pulled over with the plates that you have now?
Oh, I don't even have that same car
Oh,
long
same car,
enough.
okay.
Yeah, we don't
I'll
even
share-
keep cars long enough.
I'll share one thing, which is interesting, is that if you have a license plate that you've got pulled over several times, you should actually change the license plate number because officers can run the plate and check for priors, and then it sees how many times you've been pulled over, or if that car, that plate was basically
I'm gonna
involved,
get back into it here.
if it was involved in like a crime or something that took place. So if you got stopped 10 times and they check for priors,
Oh no, I don't even get stopped that much.
Okay.
But like I just speed. So that if I'm gonna get in trouble, that's the one thing I do wrong. We have registration. We're good about all the things on our cars, our insurance. It's literally speeding. That's the only thing I can get in trouble
so you're
for.
saying that you don't flirt with the officer like John T does.
No, I've had a problem since I was a teenager with sarcastic comments.
Got it.
I'm definitely not sarcastic.
Yeah, I am. It just comes out.
I'm like,
Comes as natural.
It's just
You should-
natural.
I'm
you
like,
should hang out with my dad. He's very sarcastic.
sir. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know.
You see, I've never been
Oh
able to
my
play
gosh,
that card.
I'm so sorry.
Start crying.
Oh my, yeah. I
Wait,
cried.
wait. Let's do this. This is a good one because you're in role play mode in that right now. Let's show the viewers how you are when you get stopped by the police. What they should do. They'll follow the John T.
Well, my sound's gone. So do I have to reset? Get out and get back
yeah,
in?
you probably need to
Okay.
get out and get back in.
Okay. Hold on. Not sharing. Okay. No. Okay. Oh my God. Good Lord. Hold on. We can't role play yet. Nasty boy.
Nasty boy.
Are you ready to role play?
I gotta put this on you.
This will be a good one for John T. We can't use Felicia because basically she's just sarcastic.
We got to practice with Felicia so she understands what to
Yeah,
do
she
next
doesn't
time.
want to do it. She's
No.
from Iowa.
I understand what to do. It's just that's not how I'm programmed.
Well, I know that's why we got to reprogram you. Okay, just like I reprogrammed myself to like cleaning, right? Before I hated it, like just like I would be allergic to it. My body would stiff up and I would just be runny, like your allergies, like every time I start cleaning. Now, after the last few years, I reprogrammed my mind to actually sing every time I clean. So now I'm like cleaning and singing and I love it.
So let's go. Let's just do a real quick role
Okay.
play.
Well, I don't get pulled over
Officers
too
pull you
often.
over. Police, license, registration, insurance. Go ahead.
Oh, hello, officer. How are you today? Oh my God, what did I do? Then I was
Were you speeding? Why are you speeding? Where are you headed to?
I was speeding. Oh my God, I didn't realize that. I mean, I didn't think I was speeding. It showed like I was 60 or 70 or whatever it was.
Well, I clocked you at 85.
I
You're
don't
going way too
know.
fast.
Okay, well, if you say so, but I mean, I was just, moving along with traffic.
Where are you headed to right now?
I'm going home. You want to come with me? I'm just kidding.
That's how it really goes down. She's
No, it doesn't.
there's a lot of.
There's a little more to it than she's
You see how
leading
it's
on.
very natural. Like, do you want to come home with me?
Yeah.
I'm headed home.
Yeah.
Would you give me a follow home to make sure that I get
Can you
home
give me-
okay at the speed, the limit that I should be
Can
going?
you give me a police
sir?
escort to my home?
Just
Exactly.
put a radar detector in your car and just not get pulled over. That's what I do.
No, but that's how she's,
I know I never get for
but
speeding.
that's how she's trying to get. She's trying to meet men, so she's trying to like, speed fast by the police. And
No, but I don't speed. Actually, the other day, a few days ago, I was on the highway and I was on my phone, because something very important. And then
Always important.
a cop came by, and now I know this is really bad. You guys stay off your phone when you're driving. It's bad for me. Because
Please just
I don't-
stay off your phone when
But
you're
I'm a
driving 'cause it drives
realtor,
me
so
nuts.
unfortunately, I am on the phone quite a bit trying to get to my appointment, stuff like that. But that day I wasn't. I was just, group messaging. Anyways, so I was like this. I was down here. My phone was down here, so I was texting, and then trying to look up and text. And then the cop came by, and he just did that sound. I'm like, oh shit, and I just dropped it real fast. And then I'm like, oh God, oh God. And then I was like, oh, I guess I have to try to go over to the right because I'm thinking he might pull me over, right? And then he goes, just stay off your phone. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, cop. Whoever did that, amazing.
Thank you.
Because I need more people to be called out for being on
She's
their
like-
phone. I hate that.
Yeah.
she's like, "Thank you, baby Jesus.
Thank you. I was like blowing him kisses.
Justin's had that a few times out in Henderson where we live, like
Mm-hmm.
way out there. He'll be like taking off super fast from a stop sign or whatever. And like a cop like rolled up with the lights on and is like, stop doing that. And then took off.
Yeah, that's great.
Interesting. Here's a question for you in regards to speeding and stuff like that. How do you feel? Because she's been in Vegas for a long time. You've been here for how long now? You said
4.5 years.
okay. In Vegas, basically, there's a lot more car accidents. People basically getting injured. And these days, I mean, since you've been to Vegas, they always give out alcohol for free at the casinos. Do you? So now that there's alcohol being given out for free, and then now you have the marijuana places which is like the new 7-Eleven. Like every 7-Eleven or CVS is now becoming a marijuana dispensary. How do you feel like living here in general, knowing that there's free alcohol and the dispensaries? Do you feel like it's worse for our society?
I think substance abuse is a huge problem in this area, not even just marijuana and alcohol. I think there's a lot of substances being used, and I think that's why we see somebody in a Nissan going 100 miles per hour up a ramp on the, or not up a ramp, up the wall on the highway. That's substances. And then the other problem is being on your phone. If you look 9 times out of 10 when somebody's doing something stupid or leaving big gaps or whatever, they're on their phone, guaranteed on their phone.
The thing is, I think we're all addicted to our phones these days. So
I
it's
put
so
mine away in the
difficult.
car.
So you just
I
put it
do
down?
not.
But most people don't, which is, it's good that you do that. I think most people are just addicted to their phones.
Well, I use it for GPS most of the time, anyways. Not all the time, but the majority of the time. Going
Even
to see
then,
these
though, I have
properties,
CarPlay, so it's on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You don't have to touch it while
So
it's playing.
the bottom line is, you feel there's a lot of addictions out in Vegas, but I mean, would
Yeah.
you say it's more here than probably other cities?
No.
I think it's substance abuse in Sin City.
Like in
is a big
Iowa,
thing.
basically, people are just drinking, but it's not free. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
Like here, they're giving it out more.
I think driving while intoxicated in general is
Mm.
all over the country problem, but like it's just extreme here. It's because you can drink at any time of the day too. In Iowa, you can't drink past 2 a.m. and you can't go get any, I think, until 11 a.m. So there's a big gap of where you can drink.
We're here, basically, it's 24/7.
Here, it's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and people are trashed driving home from the casino.
So I know.
Not a huge percentage, though.
So
I've
here's,
seen enough of it because I get up at that time.
Yeah.
so here's a question for you. The
I
sheriff.
used to get home at that time.
See? My point
But
taken.
I wasn't necessarily drunk
I'm
or
not
high.
saying you were drunk. I'm just saying other people leave at that time too.
So here's a question for you. Do you believe, so the sheriff and the governor are trying to basically make it harder or to do certain things to prevent death from taking place with all these accidents? And it seems like every day there's some major accident. So my question to you is, how do you really prevent these accidents from taking place?
You can't.
mean,
you can't control people.
You're not going to change. You're not going to change the gaming, right? They're going to keep giving out alcohol for free. That doesn't change. The marijuana is basically here.
But other states that don't have gaming and don't have liquor 24/7 also have issues and accidents and stuff like that too. Everyone has
question
their
to
own
see what
issue.
states, how
Yeah.
like California compared to Nevada. Like
Look
what's
it
the-
up. I mean, there's stats already now. The death is.
I think too. People in
it's
so
not,
LA,
it's not more here.
the traffic's thicker. They're used to paying better attention. You know what I mean? Whereas here, it's not necessarily like super congested, and people are able to like go 100 miles while they're intoxicated pretty easy. Whereas you can't really in like a more congested area.
You know, the other
So
thing,
like the driving reckless is a little easier here.
Although in those states that is congested, now you have a 10 to 20 pileup instead of just one and two cars.
And another thing that's really common in like LA is there's a lot of Teslas. They drive themselves. People are stuck in traffic, so they get the self-driving ones because of their commute and being in the car for so long.
Do you like Teslas?
No, definitely
Okay,
not.
Yeah, no.
but it's nice the whole self-driving.
I don't need an appliance to drive.
I don't know, man. I mean, I've seen some stories. I mean, maybe it's not a lot, but there has been
Some glitches in the system.
yeah, like they're getting killed and burning up and all sorts of stuff too. So
I can
don't
see
know.
where like they're useful for certain things, certain
I-
people for commuting, and if you can charge it at home and it's just in town, okay,
Yeah.
great. But anything else?
Actually, I wouldn't mind getting a Cybertruck. I mean, I haven't driven it yet, but I think
no,
it'd
no,
be
no,
fun.
no, no, no. Get a Raptor.
Yeah, but it's just like a
A
truck. I don't know.
Raptor, that's a truck, right?
Yes,
That's the big one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I like about the Cybertruck?
It's
At least
mine.
you put
Oh,
some
and I drive.
Okay, yeah,
with the
yeah.
Cybertruck. Even though it doesn't look maybe that great, but there's different marketing wraps that you
It's
can do.
an appliance that's super heavy, keeps very little charge, and you can't go very far with it.
I'm assuming the next few years it'll get better with the whole battery situation.
No, it's not.
What
gonna get
happens
battery.
when the grid goes off? You're
Well, that's a
you're
problem.
screwed.
Yeah.
And what happens to all these batteries?
go to your-
So we talk about saving, like from the use of gas and stuff, right? But now
it's
now
like
we have all
lithium.
of these batteries that
Yeah.
when they go bad, what happens to them? They get put in a landfill.
Lithium. No, it's terrible. So don't follow the crowd.
Yeah.
I know
I'm
you.
not-
The
I mean,
trend
it's
is
cool.
not
I
right.
know you like to follow trends. Colmeyer.
You're the trend.
No, you gotta learn. To,
Okay, so long story short, you really have no solutions whatsoever, both of you, in regards to how to prevent
There
death
is
from
no
taking place.
solution
There's no
because we
What's your
can't control
solution?
people.
What about the having the speed cameras
That's
Dude.
not
Or
gonna
red light
help.
cameras?
No, that's just gonna get us that actually follow the
yeah,
law.
right,
like
Trump.
we'll be sober, but we're gonna.
I actually always laugh because my wife will
Bye,
say to
Frank.
me at certain times, like, "Oh, put your seatbelt on," or put something on. Like she'll say something, and I'm always laughing, like the cop basically should be really looking for crime, right? Robberies, and
Right.
murders and stuff like that.
not
You think
safe,
he's
not
really
safe.
he can see inside my car right now if my seatbelt's on. Now, of course, I always wear my seatbelt, but let's say that you forget, and she's like, "Put your seatbelt on." Like you think that
I
the
do.
cop can see inside your car. Like she always thinks that these cops have like invisible.
The cops saw mine. Actually, the last time I got stopped is, this is another incident. This is after 15 years ago. This is more recent. I kind of forget about that.
You're only
But yeah,
23. How do you keep
he
getting 15 years?
saw
15
he
years.
saw me, dude. He stopped me because of my seatbelt. He said, "I'm like, wow." I go, "How do you even see that?"
What
You
about
know?
the people that drive with their lights off? I see that
Yeah.
every time I leave
Well,
at night.
yeah,
Nobody ever
right.
gets pulled over for that.
No.
Right.
That's a reason to pull someone over. But
Yeah.
what's interesting with that is most people, they're on a drug or they're on alcohol, they're not realizing the lights are off.
But
A lot of times it's older
so
cars.
common here. No, and they're newer
New cars
cars.
too?
But that's what's crazy is it's newer
Unless they
cars.
turn it off. They turn
they have to physically turn it off. And why would you turn off your auto lights if you're too dumb to turn them on to
or
begin
intoxicated or on
Well,
drugs.
you know what happened is, either intoxicated or B, if it's valeted, because the valet always turns my car off, even though it's on auto.
Well,
So
you
I
shouldn't
have to be
able
aware of that.
Tell if they were on, right? Like when
It's
you're driving,
weird.
if you can't tell, and then
Yeah.
why aren't people getting pulled over for that?
Yeah, sometimes I can't tell. I'm driving like half the way without the light on. I'm like, wait a minute, but I'm not drunk.
So-
just letting you know.
So you think,
I don't think
the
that
red,
has
so
nothing
you
to
think
do
the
with
red
it.
light cameras and the speed cameras are just going to get the good people that
Well,
made a
they'll
mistake?
get other people too, but people that don't follow the law probably aren't going to care about that
I
ticket
think-
either.
I think that if the ticket was like $1,000, like really high, but the problem with it is, if you make it civil, then it's just like adding onto a collections bill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like it's going to go into warrant if you didn't pay the $1,000. Back in the day, which I did feel bad when I first came out here 24 years ago, if someone didn't pay for a ticket for a seatbelt or something, it went into warrant. So you were taking a lot of people to jail because they didn't pay their ticket. Now it's all civil. So to me, I feel like it's just adding up to the bill. I'm not sure when eventually your license gets suspended if you're not paying your, the fines for the tickets. But I just feel like it's less consequences. So it's different if the camera, the problem with the camera is you don't know who the driver is. So it's really the car getting the ticket or the license plate. But if you just don't pay for it, I don't know.
There's plenty of that all over the world already. So, I mean, do you think it's helped their economy or whatever, or deaths and stuff? I don't know. That's hard to say, right?
I don't think that's going to fix it.
So the bottom line is,
no matter
so you
what.
guys have
Yeah.
no solutions. It is what it is. And
There's
that's
no solution.
It's
First
not-
of all, we need death because unfortunately, you
Fee,
know?
take notes here. Go ahead.
That got dark. That got dark. So dark.
We're like weeding through the crops, right? Explain the situation. She's always online talking about positive stuff.
And no,
Go ahead,
I'm not being negative.
go
I'm
ahead.
just being realistic.
So tell
Okay.
us.
And I mean, unfortunately, it's not like we're completely overpopulated, but we are getting that way, right? And human beings are eating the earth out of its resources. That's the reason the earth is making all these noises, right? You know, natural disasters and earthquakes and stuff like that, because the earth is like, fuck these motherfucking human beings, you know? So the earth is trying to destroy us a little bit anyway. So it's a good thing to have death. That's why serial killers are okay too. Oh God. No.
Fee, she must not be watching your positive self-improvement. I get 20 clips a day.
No,
Fee,
she
like,
swipes right past
life,
me.
this, she feel like this is way too much. She's like,
I'm
She's
just
like,
kidding.
oh, it's that bitch again?
I was about to say this Fee with her positive shit again. Let's
Population
move that shit away from my
control.
screen.
Population control.
Population control.
You
Fee, do you
know?
believe in population control? Because I don't see that on your social media
It's
feed.
definitely not on
It's
my
not.
feed. No.
You should try one later.
I'm just
population
saying,
feed.
what
unfortunately,
other
we
people
all
think.
pass. We all have to go.
It's just part of life.
Yeah,
But
How am I
it is
supposed to
part of
leave you
life.
two? How am I supposed to leave you two and Marcus? I can't leave you guys.
I know. I
have to
know.
take you with me.
I know you don't want to. Oh no, I'm not
Close
going
the-
with you.
Let's close the door, put on the carbon monoxide, and just we'll go
No,
together.
honey. You know, honey. In one of my lives, I might have been an empress, and I might have taken a whole bunch of people with me. I think that's why I'm cursed this life with no family and stuff like that, because I killed people in the past.
Why do
One
you
of my
feel that way?
other lives is what I'm saying.
Do you have a dream about that?
karma? I mean, maybe. It's okay. I understand
So you
where I
think
am
that your past
karmically.
life was an evil person?
One of them, yes.
You're not so nice now.
Yeah, no,
Don't
I'm amazing. What are you talking about?
So you think in your past life that you were an empress?
One of my past lives, yes, for sure.
One of your past lives,
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly which one.
and it was very negative, and now you're being.
I'm not negative. I just use my power maybe for for self gain or whatever. You know that's what happens with.
How many past lives do you think that you've had?
Oh gosh, I mean, there's had to have been at least 3 or 4 so far.
Again, I don't see
I've
this on
had-
Fee's feed.
I've had regression.
Nothing.
Yeah, hypnosis can take you to, if you have a good hypnotherapist, that knows what they're doing.
Can
Then
take you deep.
They can take you into the other past lives, and
'Cause
you'll see it.
Have you been doing hypnotherapy?
Yeah, I have a couple friends. That
Well, in the
do it.
Buddhist tradition, when you do your Buddha classes, that must come out.
Mhm.
Meditation.
In meditation too,
Yeah.
yes. So I meditate a lot.
What about psychedelics?
I mean, I've done those before, but I don't really trust that completely because it's not a natural high, So
How's it not natural? A lot of it's plants.
yeah, but no, the ones we consume. I mean, it might have started as plants, so unless you're eating on that bark,
It depends. What if you get like the direct mushrooms?
Oh, the mushroom from the
Yeah.
cow poop.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did all that. I just don't trust those visions because they're like, oh.
Do you believe that you have past lives? You never really thought about it.
Never really thought about it,
Good.
nor do I care.
John T.
Well,
thinks
no,
about
you
it a
do
bunch.
care. Well, you
I
should.
don't.
No, but you no. Okay, maybe subconsciously you care. That's why you are the person you are now. Meaning you're a good person. You do right. You're honest.
It
okay?
has nothing to do with past lives. That has to do with my family and not trying to be like other people that I was surrounded with when I was younger. That
Oh,
has
right,
nothing to
right.
do with
Well, no. What I'm saying is
who
though,
I am today is what I've went through, not what's happened
Yeah.
in another life.
Well, true. Well, you're not aware of your other lives, so it's hard for you to justify that you are the way you are now because of.
But I can justify with what I know, and I know
Absolutely.
exactly where it's
Absolutely.
rooted.
So if she wanted to know about her other lives, you can put her through like hypnotherapy, or she has to go to the Buddhist meditation.
Any of those
Any of those?
outlets, but it takes.
I
a
don't
while.
think she would go. She seems very.
It
I would
takes
not.
it takes a while though.
She's
It's
like,
not.
I do not want to know.
Not even that
like,
I
I bet
don't
enough
want to
I lived
know.
in-
I wouldn't waste the time on it. I don't
Yeah.
got time like that.
She's like, it's bad enough I lived in Iowa. Like I can't be going through this
I got
meditation.
7 podcasts this week, a whole bunch of work
I
meetings.
saw-
Do not have time for things that I don't want to do.
Are you religious at all? Are you like Christian?
I have faith, but I don't
Okay.
go
You
to
don't
church or anything.
Okay.
No,
Do you
and
consider yourself like a Catholic?
I'm technically Catholic. I
Catholic.
grew up Catholic, but
Okay.
I also went to a Lutheran church when I was a kid as
Okay.
well. So
Okay.
I don't know. I just
Well,
don't.
I just think religion kind of, regardless of what religion you're in, right? It teaches us to be like a good person now based on, whatever beliefs everyone has. But a lot of it has to do, okay, with who are you now? Could be a result of what you were or maybe your family and stuff like that, right? But also the reason that we are good people, that we choose to be good now is because we want the future to be good.
Well, most
Correct?
religions are it's values that you're really setting in, right? Like it's the values that you take with you. It's not necessarily exactly what's in the the Bible or whatever book it is that you're reading.
All right. So long story short, I didn't think we were going to get that deep, but definitely not have John T on your positive podcast. You
I'm
mentioned
not negative.
No, you just started talking about death, and she's all positive about life.
No, but no, life is amazing. But with life comes death.
Got it.
Death is part of life.
By the way, in regards to, I mean, we didn't speak about this topic, but you heard what happened in Henderson, where there was road rage, and the young guy basically took out the gun and killed.
I think we
a
talked about it.
6-year-old.
Did
we talk about it a little bit? I don't remember that.
A 6-year-old?
Was it 6-year-old, 8 years old?
I don't know. It was a young kid though.
I didn't look
You
it all
didn't hear
up,
about
but
that?
I mean that's the problem. Also, I think that kid that was a shooter, I think he suffered from mental health. So the problem really is the addictions, is the alcohol, is the drugs, and then it's also mental health. Mix that all together with that cocktail. You know, basically you got some crazy guy with a gun shooting at people. And excuse me.
Was it in a car? Was he in a car?
There was
They
like
were
road
in a
rage.
road rage, and then the teenager or young adult, I don't remember how old he was, but he like basically shot at the other car, and there was a child in the back seat, and he killed him.
I kind of feel like it was just one bullet. Like he only did one shot.
Yeah, he just shot, and it just happened to kill the kid.
That shot killed the kid in the back seat. It's a very sad situation.
Very.
That's why we see with road rage out here, like everyone has a gun or they're
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It pays you to slow down and get the hell away from these people. My father from New York, 1 years old, basically, he's like, oh, like, like he's trying to like fight with somebody, like for what reason? Like you don't even know the person. The person can be crazy, they're on drugs, and you want to fight
Your
with this
dad's
person.
feisty.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
He's actually, even though he's getting a little bit older in general, he's like, oh, what body shop do I go to if I get into an accident? I think he's like concerned about his driving. So you have people that, they're also the seniors that their driving may not be perfect either. So you got a mix of things going on. Plus, also, everyone drives from different states. So the way that you drive in New York has got to be different than driving in Iowa.
I think you need to get
Or Cambodia.
recertified with a driving test because
Every
there's a
year?
lot of people that don't. Not every year, but like maybe every 5 or something.
What is it, every
because
10 now?
I don't have to take a
There's
test. I
no
just go in and
research.
update my ID. That's all you have to do, which is so dumb. I think people forget how to drive. People stay in the left lane. They don't know how to use a roundabout. Half the time, they don't know what the signs mean. So it's like, why are we not re-educating people? We give them a driver's license at 16, and then they just have it until they die.
It's interesting. You know how some of the roads here, they like go around? It is definitely, awkward the way it is. If you want to, you got up the highway, you want to go back around, you could just
Yeah, they
circle,
have one of those at
like these
Horizon.
loops. And a lot of people basically just don't know what to do. And I stopped someone when I was a cop. They were like halfway and they were like at a light. And meanwhile, there was marijuana in a container in the back seat. And she was from Germany. She's like in the middle of the roadway where there's like traffic. It is confusing in certain places, even like the 95, was it Rainbow? Like it's a little bit of the loop over there. It's weird. It's weird. So if you're on drugs or alcohol, forget that. You're just driving like, you don't know where you're going.
When you got to pay attention. I mean, even being on your phone and not paying attention, that's a problem. But I think people need to be re-educated. I think that we give them a license at a very young age, first of all, and then we never check on anyone's driving skills.
Yeah. True. Although the elders, though, I think at some point, though, they get their license taken away.
I think it is like required, especially if they get in an accident or something, they can require them to take a test.
Okay, so we have 3 weeks left going into 2026. So since you're the positive, we won't talk to her because she's not really positive, talking about death.
I am realistic. I'm not.
I'm
negative.
very realistic.
So 2026.
Just in
now,
a positive way.
Positive, realistic.
we have 3 weeks away that we have to make like
Positive
some
realism.
resolutions. So since Fee is our director of positivity,
Positive realism.
Janti's the director of death.
Realism.
Director of death.
That's your new title, director of death. I'll get you a shirt.
Is that part of our circus?
The circus.
Fee is the director of positivity.
That doesn't even make sense.
Okay. Tell us for 2026.
life?
We have 3 weeks left. What are we supposed to do with all your positivity the next 3 weeks to plan for 2026? Some people believe you shouldn't be waiting to 2026, right? That you should basically be working on things now.
Yeah, I'm all about
Tell us.
action now.
Tell us about action
I
now.
don't think making resolutions and starting in January
Like, why wait till
ever
January?
works. It never works. Tell me why everyone's going to have the same resolution they had last year or 10 years ago. It's always the same. I want to work out. I want to get fit. That's always the thing after the holidays because everyone overeats. Like, why not just start now? You can still eat bull crap through the holidays and go to the gym,
Yeah.
right? Like, you can start and take action now. If you're waiting and you're like, oh, but I'll wait till January. You're waiting for that perfect moment that's never going to come. You may start on January or you may not. January rolls around and now you've been out all night for New Year's. Are you actually going to start on January? And that doesn't even mean fitness goals. That could be, starting your business, starting up a podcast, any kind of thing you want to start, if you don't just take action, you're going to overthink it and you're never going to start.
Got it. So bottom line is you shouldn't even wait to January. You should start doing things now.
Yep.
You know, it's interesting in regards to like marketing and business. Like to me, I feel like last month and this month, I'm working now for January and February. Like I'm already planning events. Like for the month of December, multiple events coming up, right? For networking and meeting people. So I basically just set up the other thing today, December 30th. It's Tuesday, like a cigar. I'm not sure if you got the text message, but December 30th at 5:30, basically like a smoke off, cigar thing. Not that it's the healthiest thing to do, but
Smoke off. That's great. We'll be right there.
basically like 2 hours. Like
You mean it's not barbecue?
Smoke
we
off.
smoke ourselves up with some cigars.
Smoke off.
5:30 p.m. basically December 30th. But I'm already doing things up to the last day of the month of December, and I'm already planning January.
You have to.
So, but I think a lot of people don't plan. A lot of people don't take action. I do agree with you with taking action and being positive with it. Don't wait to January 1. But you can make a list of your goals, right?
You can plan. You
Tell
do
us
have
about
to
planning.
plan.
Tell us about planning and making goals. Some people do not know what does that even mean.
Well, I mean, you obviously have to start with what you want the top goal to be, but there's steps in between. So now you make those milestones that
Okay.
you need to hit along the way. So they're like mini goals, and you celebrate those along the way, which keeps you kind of motivated. But
Do you take people out when they celebrate their goals? Is that what you
I don't
think?
take
Yeah,
people
that's
out
right.
at
Her
all.
and, her and Justin.
She's like very.
we're very homebodies.
It's actually funny. This is Miss Happy with Death, and this is like Miss Positive, but like, no, I'm not going out with anybody. I'm not going home and do the cop. I gotta go home to my husband. It's like actually a funny twist there.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm not going
We're
home. with
kind of
anybody.
opposite.
I'm not taking anyone now. I'm just gonna preach my positiveness on social
Yeah.
media.
She's all like, "When are you going to come out with us again?" I was
Like,
like,
no.
"I don't know."
I told her Thursday night we have an event, and she's like, I'll be in bed by 6:30.
No, I have a holiday party that I won't be done until 7. And then you were like, "Oh, you should come after." And I said, "Nah, it's past my bedtime." And then he was like, "Oh, I'll give you drugs." And I was like, "Well, I don't do drugs and I don't do peer pressure. So no.
So basically, I'm screwed.
I'm here. Actually,
I realized I'm the
I'll
only
be-
person. I have to tell the husband to come out. I have to message
Yeah,
him.
you have to start with him.
Oh,
He
he's
come
even
out.
better with the word no. He doesn't even tell you why.
I'm gonna message him like, hey, I need a commercial realtor. Please come out to the party. Leave your wife home. She's positive, but she's gonna be sleeping. She's gonna be sleeping.
Yep.
Actually, I'll be here now. I'm not going to the Ferrari
Oh, that's
Ferrari party.
I like it.
So I'll be at your
Thank you.
thingy.
It's your thingy. You really
Yeah.
should come out. It's
It's not going
Which,
to
are you
happen.
talking about your Christmas party?
Yeah, Thursday
on
night.
the 11th. Yeah.
You should come out to celebrate the circus,
Yeah.
powered by the problem solver.
I mean, if you're already out and you feel motivated, then come join us.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
not
be
for
real
very
tired
long.
You should
by
come
the
out for
time we're
1
done.
hour, 30 minutes.
you don't even
come 30
drink.
minutes.
I'm already going to be out for 2 hours.
We need to give
Oh.
her some natural mushrooms. I got some
She
in
doesn't
my
take
yard.
anything.
Oh, I take mushrooms occasionally.
See?
What kind of mushrooms?
That kind.
The fun kind.
Oh, really?
I don't
See?
like to eat mushrooms.
Here we
They
go.
better
Wow.
be
See?
fun.
I didn't
told
know.
you.
I forgot she's all into like vegetables
You
and
gotta
positive stuff. So the
listen
mushrooms okay.
to what someone says.
It's natural.
So if I give you a mushroom, you'll come out.
No.
No. Apple.
No.
Potato. Banana.
You better put it in her drink. I'm just kidding.
I laugh too when you send out your invites and it's always like free food and beer and wine or something. And
Free
I'm like,
drinks.
oh, funny. I won't eat that.
I won't
Don't
eat
What should I
that.
say? Like
that.
free drugs. What should I say?
No, I don't
She's
do
just,
drugs.
look, she
Nothing.
done
What do you
doing
do? Free positiveness.
What
in
do
the
I
back?
do? I go to the gym in the morning and then I literally work
so
from
you
the
say
moment I
workout.
get home.
Free gym membership.
And then
attending
I
tonight.
go to bed and I start over.
Look, Dave, just come to the term that she doesn't
She's
want to
not-
go to any of your events. Okay.
I like all the. I can tell. I keep asking. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna break through. I'm gonna just get to the husband.
Doesn't matter what you
husband's-
try to bribe her with.
the
She
husband's a
just
good guy.
does
He's
not
gonna
want to
come
go
out.
to your events. Okay.
So,
I'm really good at the word no.
Junti's good. She'll come to the event. She'll wear what you tell her. She's like more,
And then she hides at the
Compliance.
bar.
I'm not hiding.
not a drinker.
I'm in plain view. I'm hiding in plain view
Why do you say she's hiding? She doesn't hide.
because I don't like to walk around. Remember?
She stays in one spot and
stay in
hopes
one
people
spot.
come to
Yeah.
her. Actually,
Yeah.
she probably doesn't even hope people
You
come
don't
to her.
notice
Just if
that?
they do.
At the last parties, you were all over the place.
No. Maybe in your head, I was all over the place.
You were outside in the back of the last.
You
Christmas
just
party.
circled and then came
You were
back
outside.
to the same
You were
spot.
dancing.
What party is that? That
You
I'm
did it all.
dancing. First of all, was I on the stripper pole?
No, in the,
That's the only
that's
time
what
I'll
we
be
should use.
dancing around.
Should we get a stripper pole? That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Do
but
you have one? You
I
can't
have
move it.
one, but you can't move it. It has to. It's
The
stuck
place
to,
is kind of like a
it's
loft.
stuck to my house.
That would kind of be interesting.
Well, I won't be on it. I only
too
do
long.
one circle.
Even when I went out with her to go to the wings thing,
Yeah,
we stayed in one spot.
we sat in one spot.
Yeah.
I'm a
Where'd
one
you go?
spot
Which place?
person. I don't know.
What
Where you
was
staying?
that? Oh.
You gotta accept somebody.
All right. So bottom line is, you're coming out, which is great. If You know, I'm only
Thursday, right?
it's
Thursday?
only it's only select people. I mean, we're not there's limited space there. It's actually like an art district loft. It'll be some dim lighting. There'll be a DJ. It'll be
Still
kind of like
trying
a
to talk me
sexy,
into it, huh?
thing.
Dude, what happened to
gonna text her.
Gelato Catering?
It's cold. You don't do tacos?
What are
do
you
tacos?
talking about, dude? People love.
If you could, you should change
gelato
up. You
or
should like
ice
Cambodian
cream.
food, something like that, something different. You need like a food
No,
product.
I don't want to do that.
It's not like an ice cream spot. It's not summertime. Summertime is good.
No, honey. People eat ice cream also in the winter.
For
Okay.
for 60 people, you can do gelato.
Yes, of course I can. Remember, it feeds up to 120 cups
We'll talk about
for
it.
3 flavors. 3 flavors, y'all. I'm on to more. Everyone loves
I always
ice
laugh.
cream,
You got this-
even in the
You
winter.
got this multi-millionaire like pitching gelato. Like it's the funniest thing. Like, you don't even make this stuff up.
But you know why?
Because
You know why though? I still pitch that and market that so that I
Networking?
have a job for someone else. My servers.
no, it's great
and
that
stuff.
you do that, but
Yeah.
you do spend a lot of time doing it. I mean, I commend you for doing it. I'm not even
Well, of
joking.
course.
So why are you not hiring her for your
Exactly.
I normally do.
Party.
I normally do.
Bullshit. He's
You
hired
did
me
it
like
last
one
year.
time.
One time at band camp.
Yeah.
No, you did it. You did it at the other firm. We did it in the back with the Mexican things. I hired
Yeah.
you a few
I
times.
know. I know.
Oh, you want to do it Thursday?
Yeah.
If it's reasonable, let's do it.
$750.
That's way too much. You crazy? How much ice cream you think people eating there?
What are you talking about?
There's
It's
never
120
$7.50 for it.
cups. Do 120 cups by $750. Okay, you're less than like $5 a cup. First
I don't
of all,
have that type of budget.
And-
Last year we spent like
and
20
people
grand.
come in like like second and third rounds and stuff like
Last
that.
year we
so
spent
I don't know
like
what
20
you're talking
grand,
about.
but there was sponsors. It's different this year. It's a little bit different this year. I'm doing
Yeah,
smaller
yeah.
events.
Yeah.
It's cheaper just to give out marijuana and drugs to people than giving out gelato.
No, it's not. Where
How
can
do you know?
get-
When's the last time you
where-
purchased?
Trust me,
mass
I used to
amount of
be a
drugs?
dealer. Okay, so $750. You think you're gonna cover 50, 60 people in drugs? Give me a break. I mean,
anybody
maybe
know how much-
maybe aspirin.
120 people would cost with
I kept thinking, why is she looking that
drugs.
way? Like, why
Yeah.
is she looking at John T
I mean,
over there?
we're
Like, John
talking
T's here.
about. I mean, what
Just out of curiosity.
Molly,
Okay.
Coke. What are you talking about? Because I can give you all the price breakdown. Anywho.
Hutch is on here saying, wow, the peer pressure. She stays in one spot, never moves. That's not true. You were dancing at the last one. I got video of
No.
you by the gelato. You look kind of,
Oh yeah, the Christmas party last year. You mean?
you were dancing.
I was dancing near my gelato, where like
Yeah, I mean, you don't
like
have to go too far.
literally like one like I got up from my
What-
seat and I danced
Got
a
it.
little bit and then I sat back on my seat
So
again.
for anyone that's,
He's
for
seen a
anyone,
little bit and he was like, yeah, you're all around.
no, you should see the video. She's dancing a storm up in the whole area there.
Yeah, in the area where I was sitting.
Who are you going to come with? You bringing,
I don't know.
you bringing your girlfriend?
Are you bringing the boy
You bringing
toy?
the guy?
Homemade boy toy. Oh no, he's got to be with a whole bunch of friends on Thursday too, so he can't. That's why we're not going to the Ferrari party in Scottsdale.
Yeah, I mean, basically just a limited amount of people, but I mean, I think there'll be 60 or 80 people.
Mhm.
So anyway, if you want to come, it's there.
Monday's
John
dark
T's
though.
coming.
Yeah, if y'all want to come to that on Monday the 15th.
I didn't even get a chance to.
Yeah, I only have a certain number
you
of
get
tickets.
tickets
So
to
if y'all don't, you let me know you want to come.
Hutch wants to
What
know
is
if
it?
I'm
Hutch wants to know
Monday's
if,
Dark is going to be at the Virgin Hotel. Monday's Dark is put on by Mark Chinook, who owns the space. And every 2 weeks, he has an event there, and he gets all the musicians that sing and stuff to come and it's a fundraiser for like a local charity. So it gives them
okay.
away $10,000 that same every other Monday. And the anniversary party is only once a year, so it's really big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Cool.
People
by the way,
dress up and
Hutch wants
stuff.
to know if you'll dance with him.
I have free tickets.
Hutch was asking if you'll dance with him.
Of course, Hutch. Yeah, you just come to where I'm sitting, and I can dance with you.
Are you going to be sitting and dancing or you will stand up?
I'm a great chair dancer.
You dance with the Persian music. By the way, have you ever heard of something
Sure.
called Afro House
Yes.
music?
Yes.
What are your thoughts about Afro House music?
He is a
Because-
DJ.
No. Well, so this DJ, she happens to be a very sexy woman that does Afro House that we just introduced to. She's basically being the DJ. And then I said, what music do you play? She goes, Afro House. I've never heard of that.
Okay.
So I mentioned about doing some Persian, some mixed things. But
Yeah.
what's your take on Afro House music?
I don't know. I'm sure
One of the
it's
things that's
fine.
interesting at these
Never
events,
heard it.
I went to a wedding the other day.
Sure, it's a combination. Of
I went to a
stuff.
wedding the other day, and there was basically like, she's a little bit older, getting married, and there was like 80s music. Like no one was really dancing. I feel like these days, if there's 80s music at night, like no one's dancing. It's just like background music, and people are drinking. And I feel like with Persian music, last year, if you remember, the music with you we changed it up to Persian music, and the Persians normally will get other people to dance, and it became a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of people dancing. It's kind of sexy.
Is
it's
it just
creative.
because you have a bunch of people from that culture there? Is that
Well, they were, but
why?
nobody.
Like-
We
Persians,
said
yeah.
we said
I mean, that would make sense.
Are you talking
No.
about the holiday party?
Yeah, we said keep it American music unless
yeah.
it gets really boring at a certain time. Change it up and mix it in Persian
And
music.
then the Persian comes.
I was just
Persians
saying,
were-
like the different type of music
Yeah.
depends on the people.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you get around a bunch of people my age, they'll be all for the 80s,
80s?
90s.
Yeah.
But are they
music.
dancing?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
These people don't. These places. These
Well,
people
what
are
he
dancing.
means is the Persian people, they're really like, and they like to bring everyone up. So they'll dance.
They'll grab other people to make
so
you
they'll
dance.
dance for a bit, so it gets the party hyped up, and then they'll change the music back to whatever, and then they'll all still be dancing, kind of thing.
Yeah, which makes sense. They like that kind of music, and then that's the reason. It's not. It's because of the group of people, not because of the music.
No, I think it's probably by that time when the music starts cranking. Now everyone's a little buzz, and that's when they're up and dancing. You know, in the beginning,
So
no one's dancing.
This will be interesting because I want it to be fun and I want it to be an experience because I want people to remember the whole situation. But I think last year and the year before we had a really good event. This one we're doing a few different events just to be a little bit smaller because it gets expensive, it gets out of hand. But I want people that come to the event, like people that I really know. I always say these days, what I consider VIP, even though that she's VIP but she's not coming, is that people that can
She's
handshake.
like, I don't care about your VIP.
Yeah. So I'm not VIP.
I don't care about the VIP list.
I'm from Iowa.
Dave,
I didn't know Iowa was so,
you're like, she's
She's
like,
she.
I'm not like people from Iowa.
I bet you if I had like 2-3 cows and we're tipping over cows, she's like, I'm in. I'm
Maybe.
coming out.
Definitely
Maybe
I'll be-
if you have a
I'll be
cow
there at
tipping
7.
party,
Cows.
that's where
You've tipped over cows, yes?
No.
Never?
But that's
No.
where we find your mushroom. You know that's where those
Yeah.
mushrooms are from, right?
But
Have you
I
been-
also don't go picking for the mushrooms. I
Have you
buy
been
them.
with
from
Have you been with
someone.
people that tipped over cows?
I didn't have to
No,
tip
I don't
them
know
over.
anyone that tipped over a cow.
I don't
So
know. Those
in Iowa, I mean, there's cows, but like it's mostly like
wasn't playing.
farmland anyways.
Yeah.
And I definitely didn't grow up on a farm. I grew up,
in the city.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why I came over that.
You just assume because she's from
If
Iowa
it's
that
not
she
New
was
York,
a farmer
Florida,
girl.
or Vegas,
Yeah.
I'm like, there's a cow.
You just assume she's a farmer.
When I drove from Vegas to New York, all you saw was like grass and cows. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking she lived next to a cow and some
There's
grass.
cities in all of those towns,
Yeah, just
all of those
FYI.
states, all of those
Very,
states.
it's like one block, one street.
No.
If you were like American Indian, he's like, you see the teepee that's right next to town? Isn't that where you live?
No, it was amazing driving from New York to Vegas, and I'm like, wow, there's nothing out here. And then
drove?
you eventually would drive into a small town, like Missouri. Like we just drove into like
I
different
probably
towns.
been on the farm probably more so
Than
than
her?
she had.
100%.
Yeah.
In Cambodia.
Dude, there's farms in the States too, as you just mentioned, okay?
Why? Oh,
Why
'cause
does it have
you're
to be Cambodia?
Arkansas. Well, I'm thinking, where the hell are you hanging out with cows and?
What do you
on
mean? I'm from
farmland?
Texas. You forget these things?
There's a lot of ranches.
There
Yeah.
are towns in Texas. There
yeah,
are
there
cities.
are towns too, but I go everywhere, baby.
She's everywhere.
And
I was
that's
actually
how,
born in Texas.
She's big with the animals.
that's how
Still
I
wasn't on a
know
farm.
all about the mushrooms and
I didn't
stuff.
think you wanted to talk about the bestiality that you were involved in. I thought that we were going to talk about
Your bestiality issues. Let's talk about that.
The one time you were on a farm.
that. One time in band camp. I'm trying to see here.
We know all about the beast you've been with, okay?
All right. So the bottom line is you're coming Thursday. She's not coming. People need to be careful driving in general because we haven't changed anything, even though I'm the problem solver. It seems I apparently have changed nothing in regards to drinking and driving. The only thing I will share with you is my last concept I will share. I think the next 3 weeks are the most deadliest in Vegas and throughout the whole year because everyone is going to these different parties. Hence, my event on Thursday. People are drinking,
Yeah.
unlimited alcohol, right? It's a problem. So I will share anybody that's out there needs to be extremely careful driving over the next 3 weeks because all these holiday events, Christmas,
Yeah.
people drinking like crazy, drugs that are out there and stuff
Stay
like that.
off your phone.
So please, anyone that's out there, please be careful in regards to driving during the holiday season.
And
because
make sure you
there is an
have
uptick.
and make sure you have problem solver number.
Problem solver number. If you got a problem, let me know.
You meant the car accidents that they're going to get into after they've been drinking at your events.
So
Thanks a lot.
Then I can be liable. You're giving out the alcohol, right?
You could be, but maybe.
But
maybe
yeah,
not.
no. On a serious level, I want people to be careful and drunk because I know there's a big uptick with car accidents, and recently it's been really bad. Whether it's the road rage and someone getting killed, or
Yeah.
there's like 13 pileup thing where people got killed. It's really
saw
crazy.
that.
It seems like just off the hook the way that people are driving. It does scare me in general, so you got to be careful with driving. And like I said, this is like the alcohol season.
Well,
it's
that's why
bad
you have
enough.
to be so defensive when you're driving, and you have to be aware. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why getting on your phone is very, very dangerous, even if you're sober, because you have to watch out for everything around you.
One of the biggest tips I want to share with people that listen, I don't think you've heard it before, but John T probably has. I call the 7-second rule. Have you heard that? 7-second rule? You know about that, right? So the way the 7-second rule is something that I came up with, which I try to preach, whether people listen or not out there, and I'm sometimes on TV talking about it, is when you're the first row of cars and you're at a red light, when that red light turns green, you have to count 7 seconds before you go through that green light. So if you're like the first lane, the second lane, the third lane, or the fourth lane, no matter where you are at 7 seconds, if someone goes through a red light on the other side, it takes a good 7 seconds for that car to pass. But if you're the number one lane and you drive right when it turns green, you get hit. If you're the second
if you
car,
pay attention, you can see the car coming.
but a lot of people don't pay attention.
That's the problem, though. If you're paying attention, if you're not paying attention, you're probably sitting there for 7 seconds anyway.
On the phone.
Exactly.
So pay
and I honked
attention.
at you.
And then you're getting honked at.
The
You're like,
biggest
wait,
thing is,
I'm doing the 7-second rule, motherfuckers. Stop.
Yeah.
he's like, hold on a second, I'm doing the 7-second rule
it's
from the
been
problem
green
solver.
for a freaking minute.
But a lot of
honked at
people will beep.
right out here at that light.
You're horrible.
I honked at them because I was coming up to the turn lane and it's been green
Oh,
forever.
they've been sitting
And
there.
they're all just, there's 4 cars. Not one of them is going to let the other one know we're all on
Interesting.
their phone.
Yeah, that's
It's true.
possible.
But anyway, 7-second rule is really important no matter what the row is, even if people are honking the horn behind you.
Yeah.
Don't fall for the peer pressure. Let the 7 seconds go by. Make sure it's clear. Pay attention. Look to your left. Even look to your right to go through that light. It's
Yes.
critical right now in the next 3 weeks. So 7-second rule is really important.
Listen to that.
I think it's more important to stay off your phone.
And then they'll drive by you and shoot you.
Yeah, then you got to worry about the
I'm just kidding.
with the Rambos that are out
Very
there.
possible.
Yeah,
They're like, you've been at the light too long.
so be careful in general the next 3 weeks. And anything else you want to share as we wrap up today's, I should even say it, the right,
The circus. The problem
I don't know about
solver.
the circus.
The circus,
just
the
go back to-
problem solver.
You
We
could-
just don't know yet.
You know, you could just go back to the problem solver and just make it more
The
creative with our
problem
full
solver.
photos.
Yeah, we could do that.
We're
too.
always
But you guys
right,
decide. I'm okay.
even though we're a circus.
I'm going to play with it and I'll come up with some ideas.
It would be funny, the garbage pail kids. I'm going to play with that later today. It'll be interesting to see what comes up. I'll take all of our pictures.
And
Interesting.
I want to include Marcus too. So
I'll be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
I do
Feedback.
I
Yeah.
do like our picture. Even if you upgrade it, I like the
Yeah.
concept. But you know, it'd be interesting if you did the problem solver and you put it up there. But whatever you want to do, you want to.
I
just don't.
like mine there because my boob looks just like that picture that was just taken.
Is it
right
good or
in
bad?
there. Match.
Do you like it or no?
I do.
We
I
definitely
do.
need to make his crotch larger.
no, we do not.
He said he wanted his crotch larger.
He's already got 2 folds there.
There you go. I just noticed you got all these creases going on here. Luckily, I'm wearing black. It doesn't make
Yeah,
crease.
yeah.
Okay, so
Your crease is too small.
bottom line is, if we need some positivity, we're gonna call Fee. Fee, is there a number that you give out, like for your self-coaching, self-improvement? Do you give a number out? People want to hire you?
No, I just have my phone number. And I
Your phone
only
number.
give it to certain people. I only work with certain
Okay.
people. I won't just take
She
any
won't take
client.
any.
Got it. So
Yeah,
private message me or contact 702-999-111. You got to go through a whole interview positive process to get to Fee's
That's why they're never gonna
self-improvement
call.
club.
But you can send me a message on any of my social medias.
Okay, there you
Yeah.
go. John T, as usual, if you're looking to purchase land in any of it, I always love the land. I always love the land joke. I don't know why. Anything with real
You
estate.
know, speaking of land, I actually made an offer on 155 acres in Elko.
Oh, while you're out there?
Yes.
Did it get accepted?
Yeah, so we're getting there.
We can talk about real
It's
estate. next time.
negotiating right now
We didn't get a chance to talk about
Yeah.
that. We'll talk about that next
because
time.
I'm going to be a gold land mine owner.
In gold
Gold
mining.
land.
Anything with
Gold
real
mining.
estate, investing, real estate, first time, all that good stuff.
All of
Contact Jen T,
Yes.
especially if you want a good time while you're looking for the real
Yes,
estate.
good time.
She,
Or if there's any cops
I
out there,
may-
just pull her over.
you know what we should do? John,
I make sure your showings with me, you have a great time.
There's a good
Yeah.
one. Money back guarantee.
Yeah, sure. If they make an offer.
Let me make an offer. Okay. So anyway, as usual, as a problem solver, if you have a problem, I can help. 702-999-1111. You can text and call 24/7. John T is 11 p.m. shift to 6 a.m. So you'll contact John T then.
11
Fee
p.m.
decide
What the hell?
It's too much work for Fee
First
to
of
basically
all,
get on
I
the
wake
shift.
up at
Yeah,
11.
how come you're not taking the shift?
Damn
Taking a
it.
shift?
Yeah, for the problem solver hotline.
Yeah, no thanks. I ain't got time for that.
She's got no
My
time for nothing.
hours
This
are
girl.
11 a.m. until maybe 7 p.m. That's
Okay.
it.
So if you need John T, 999-1111, I'll connect you. Then she'll be like, you won't connect me.
No, you don't
So
because
1-833 John T, GENTILLE.
trust me.
1-833 John
Look
T.
me up. You don't have
For
to
private
call
message.
Colmeyer,
He gets
okay?
diverted.
Because he takes
gets
my
diverted
calls.
to my wife.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't give me the calls. That's real
Please
estate.
call
Don't
John
call
T.
him.
Please
Call
call
me.
her.
Message her
All
on
real
social
estate needs.
media. It's
Yeah,
fine.
call
Am
me.
I not trying? I'm
Jesus.
telling everybody, call her.
My number is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Trust me, I get it. I get all these calls too.
Do you?
Yes, of course I do.
Okay. Thank you so
filter
much for joining us over here at the right. Powered by the problem solver, Dave Colmeyer over here. Thank you so much, Fee, Jean T, for the laughs, good times. We'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you so much. Over and out.